So here it is, 2013 Jeep Grand Cherokee WK2. I'm going to be doing an engine coolant flush and replacement. I'm actually getting a P0128 error on from the computer, and I'm going to be doing a separate video on that. That's because of a thermostat failure, so I'm going to be replacing that, and I figured since I'm going to have to take the thermostat off, might as well go ahead and do a coolant flush. I bought this car used a couple months ago. And just generally, when I buy a used car, I just assume the previous owner really didn't take very good care of it. So when I have to do things like replace the oil or it's time to replace the brakes or anything like that, I like to just replace all the filters and fluids, just assuming that work was never done. So today I'm going to just go ahead and do an engine flush and coolant replacement. So here's basically all the things you're going to need to do the coolant flush. I've got my coolant, some distilled water, a couple empty gallon jugs, a pan to catch it, and a funnel to make life a little bit easier. Again, this all told cost me about $40 to do this. I like to do the work myself, not because I'm a mechanic or I'm mechanically inclined. I just happen to have more time than I've got money. So it always works out cheaper for me to just do it myself. So we're going to have to drain the coolant out of the system, and the petcock is actually on the bottom of the radiator right above this point. So the first thing you got to do is you got to decide whether you're going to come at it from down below or up above. If you're going to come at it from down below, then you're going to have to remove this plastic shield here. There's 4 bolts that you could remove to go ahead and this whole plastic piece will drop off. But instead of coming at it from down below, I'm going to come at it from the top. So let me show you how that works. So I'll pop the hood. First thing I got to do is take this plastic cover off. So you just twist off this little piece, and then you pop it off on 4 points, and then it'll just lift right off. Now we've got access to the engine. So like I said, I'm going to come at it from up above, and if I look over here, you can see here's the radiator, and that red knob right there is the petcock. So what I've done is that I have attached a hose to the bottom of the petcock, and I've just run it on the other side of the plastic shield, so that way I don't have to remove the shield. I'm going to go ahead and release that and drain out my coolant. I'm going to remove the cap from here to allow it to drain down below, as well as opening this up. Remember to do this when the engine is cold. This coolant can get up over 100, 200 degrees, so you don't want to burn yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So now I've opened up the petcock, and as you can see, it's draining. And we got it draining down below. Now I just got to drain it all out. We're going to flush it with some distilled water and then fill it back up. Here we are draining the car and draining the reservoir, and I thought I'd just show you all why it's nice to drain the whole thing. And look at that sludge in the bottom of the reservoir. So we're going to go ahead and drain this whole system and then go ahead and flush it with distilled water to get all that sludge. Okay, now that we have drained the coolant system and the reservoir, you can either remove or pump. I used a pump to pump the coolant out of there. We're going to fill that reservoir up 1/3 full of distilled water, then let the engine run for 5 or 10 minutes. As you can see, I was able to get about 1.5 gallons of coolant out. There's another 1.5 gallons of coolant still in there. So we're going to put distilled water in, run the engine for about 5 or 10 minutes, put a little bit more distilled water in there, and flush all of the coolant out. All right, so we're going to run the engine for about 5 or 10 minutes. And we're also going to turn the heat up. Get the heat going, full blast, let it go for about 5 or 10 minutes. All right, now we let it run for 10 minutes, and we're going to go back to our petcock drain plug down below, and down there you can see we've got the drain tube hooked up again. We're going to go ahead and unscrew that and let that distilled water coolant mix drain, and then we can compare how that looks to the coolant we just took out. Okay, now we've drained out the coolant a couple times, ran some distilled water through. So now we're going to go ahead and close up the petcock. Give it a good tight turn so that it's nice and closed. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to put coolant in, and then we're going to turn the car on. Okay, we're going to use some Xerox antifreeze coolant. You got to make sure that you get the HOT and not the OAT. That's what the Jeep Grand Cherokee 2013 calls for. The G05 here. And I'm going to go ahead and put in about 1.5 gallons. The car takes about 3.5 gallons. Some people like to mix it up 50-50 and then fill it up that way. Other people like to put 1.5 gallons of antifreeze in there and then put in 1.5 gallons of distilled water. Totally up to you which way you want to do it.
Just drop it?
Mm-hmm.